I like it like this. Las ganas tienes, ni que te Cindy. But I thought they were short. I didn't recognize her. And then I just saw Cindy and I was like, okay, I didn't recognize her. She was It was beeping. It never beeped the sound on that. Well, it's long. Yeah, it looks nice. You're so focused. Are you so focused?
I'm like thinking through. When I get to sit down, it's very rare.
Good. All right, well, let me sit down. So you can listen nice.
Okay, so which side had it?
No.
Yeah, but really, you see how notes.
How are you?
Thanks for coming to the Ho 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 Holiday Leverage brought on by the Career Development. The reason that we're having this class is just to kind of teach you another way to touch your clients during the holidays. That's not the call. Who do you know that wants to buy or sell real estate? It's just more of a personal touch. So to start it off, we have, JD has printed out some flyers and he has some scripts that he wants to talk to you about. No, it's not some scripts.
No, whenever you're ready.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, okay, cool. So you'll see a package on your desk real quick, guys. I mean, there's a ton of scripts you can use. These are ones that we just pulled up for you. My recommendation would be internalize them and change them to the way you like them. I know some of them are long, so what I would do is I'd internalize them and then kind of switch it to the way that I liked it. Like this holiday script one from Rob, that one worked really good in my conversations. I use it every year, but it's not exactly like that. It's not as long. When I'm doing my pop-bys, I say, hey, look, here's a gift. You know, it's that time of the season when you guys are at company parties. Here's some of my cards, just in case you guys come across someone. Most of the time they're talking about real estate, politics, things like that, right? So make it your own, but internalize it first. So that's the first script. We're doing a door knocking class.
That door knocking class is in November.
In November. We'll let you know what date it is before. So I included 2 door knocking scripts in there. The first one is a very simple one. It's an easy one. Hello, hi, just dropping off your market update for the month. Here you go. And I attached the Altos report, so wherever you're door knocking, you can use this per zip code. It's a really good tool to drop off with homeowners, because that's usually what homeowners want to know, is what's going on in my neighborhood and what's the information. So that's a very easy door knocking script. The one behind it is a little more in detail, talking about a home that just sold in the area. So there's a few scripts for you. We wanted to keep that in there. There you guys have the scripts. And then there's notes in the back for you guys if you want to take down any notes. And I'm sure that as we talk to our panel, they're going to give you guys some tips and scripts that they've used in the past too. But that was pretty much it. That's what's in there.
Okay, so we are going to have a panel, and it's going to start with Rima Rafay. She's going to come up and tell us some things that have worked for her in the past.
Rima Rafay!
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes,
So around the holidays, this is the biggest time, and actually, when I coach my clients the most, it's the last quarter of the year, because there's so many things going on, and there's so many things that you can reach out to your clients without even asking for business. I start, which just happened last week, and it's very unfortunate because we had the fire, but I had my client appreciation party. I always do it the first week of October. It's just, we're getting into the holidays, it's fall season, and it's just, every year I do at my house. I'm fortunate enough to have huge backyard that fits 200 people easily. So I do it every year at my house. It's personal touch. I get connected with them. I invite them to my own house. They see my family, they see my kids. It's just not, we don't do anything about business. It's just about us. We have drinks, we have food, we have the red carpet experience. We had around 55 people on Saturday, 80 RSVP'd, 30, almost 30 of them, they couldn't make it because of the fire. So I started off the holiday season with that. I have prizes, music, kids, professional photos that I send out to the clients with their families and myself and my family. So that's, we get connected in a different way. And every single time I do it, I get at least 2 to 3 referrals out of it. And my vendors that they are on here, they get business as well. Actually, I just connected my State Farm guy that was there, and he got 2 deals out of them on Saturday.
Oh, right on.
So that was cool. And we do, for Thanksgiving, we do the pies. We give away pies. In the past, for Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, by the way. So I love to hype it up because I love it, and it means so much to me. And what's a perfect way then just to reach out to your client and tell them it's Thanksgiving. It's the best day of the year to thank you for all that you've done to me in the future. So in the past, when I was small, I used to actually deliver pie and wine, and not pie, sorry, turkey and wine to every single door that I've closed in during that year. I didn't do closing gift at that time. I would personally deliver bottle of wine and a turkey. Now, when things got so big, I cannot do that anymore, and I cannot personally deliver pies and turkey and wine for every single person. So we started the pie not contest giveaway. So basically, what happens? We send 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. We start sending a reminder that it is that time of year. We buy on us, and last year actually we implemented, which was a clever idea. Whip me up a referral, and you get a free can of whipped cream. And so basically what happens, I send the list for all my clients. They come in and pick the pies from here, from the office. They have 3 choices of pies: pumpkin, apple, and what's that called?
Sweet potato?
No, we don't have the sweet potato. Not one.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, we have 3 pies, 3 different pies. They can pick their choice. For me, I do nice pies. I usually pick them freshly baked from Coco's. And they come into the office and they pick up their pie a day before Thanksgiving. Now for the client that they really mean a lot to me and they refer me business, if they cannot make it to the office and they are close to me, either I deliver it or one of my team members, they deliver the pies to us. And for this one, it does not take you a long time. You can order the pies, off the phone, and you can send emails, text messages, and they're gonna come and pick it up from here. You're gonna make connection with them face to face when you hand them the pies. And it's been working wonders because people, they're like, wow, you're giving us pie, you're baking pies for us. I'm like, they think that I'm baking the pies, but I'm not baking the pies. I'm buying the pie. But again, you don't have to spend, my pies are $15, $16. You don't have to spend that much. You can go to Costco and grab pies like what, $5, $6 pies. I love this the holiday. So that worked amazingly for us. And at Christmas time, we do the picture with Santa. I think the office is doing it this year.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that at the end.
Yeah, so, again, this time of year, there is no reason why you don't reach out to your client. You don't have to ask them, hey, you want to buy or sell from me? Hey, I'm here for you. It's the holidays. It's the most wonderful time to, reach out and, tell them how much you appreciate them, how much it means to them to give them, to give them a pie, to invite them to your appreciation party. There's so much things you can do around this time. Just take a benefit out of it and just make it work for you, because there is no way it will not work. It's a personal touch, and honestly, with all the technology that we have, things have changing, and we are so, wanted to like just do the text message, and we would hesitant to get on the phone and call them. This one is like, you're not asking for anything. Hey, I appreciate you. I'm gonna give you a pie. I want to invite you to my own party. So just utilize it and go have fun and get some
Gives you
good thing referrals out of it.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
That's something I appreciate if you guys want it.
Yeah, I'll pass them out. Thank you.
Any questions?
It gives you a different way to connect with your clients
yeah.
other than real
Oh, yeah.
estate, right? And if you're like some of us, you don't do your best throughout the year to reach out to them, now's the perfect time because everyone loves hearing from each other at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Alright, so our next guest speaker is going to be Rhonda Arnold, and she's going to talk about a few things that have worked for her. Hey, Rhonda.
Hey everybody. So I go back to the beginning of time when there used to be cavemen, and the guy would go and the one caveman got a deer and the other one didn't. So the one that didn't said, "Oh, I'm going to give something of value to the other cavewoman to see if I can get something back of value." So she said, "Here's my best grinding stone." The other cavewoman said, "Oh, thanks," and was looking at all her meat. She said, "Would you like to have a piece of meat?" And she said, "Well, no, that's okay. You don't have to share it. My husband only got a squirrel." And so the cave woman said, "Well, I mean, if you're sure," and she said, "Well, yeah, this is the nicest grinding stone around. I really appreciate the thought." It really wasn't the nicest grinding stone around, but it was something of value. So that comes to human nature likes stuff. We just like stuff. It doesn't always have to be the bestest of stuff. It just needs to be some stuff. So I have cheap ideas because sometimes I'm cheap. I do have a database. I keep in contact with different stuff like magazines. I do every single holiday. Sometimes if I'm running low on money, I don't do my whole database of about 200 people. I might break it up and say, in 1 year, I might just do 50, 50, 50 for each holiday. But I try to hit everybody at one point during the year. Then at Christmas, I do, of course, traditional Christmas cards. I always do the Christmas scratchers. It's $1. So I put it in there. People love to get a scratcher. It's $1. But when they went, "Hi, Ron, I want to let you know I won $5, I'm like, "Oh, God, yay, woo." It's just the idea that I thought of them and I spent money. It's something of value that I gave them. If you don't have a lot of money and you don't know what to do, look at labels. I put my business card on here, and I printed my own business card label just now before I came. You can stick it on anything, on the back of a wine bottle. You don't have to cover up the front. Just stick it on a wine bottle. Wine, you can get actually $2 chuck for, a couple dollars. So if you want to hit up your good clients, you can do that. If you don't want to spend that much, you could even do something cheaper. And I even at one point I even did my business card, and I had a little code scanner on here for each property. So I did it to a neighborhood at holidays. I just mailed a Christmas card around my listings on here, and I actually got a listing off of that. But my number one old-time favorite that never goes away are magnets. Magnets are forever, okay? I went to a listing appointment. My magnet was on the refrigerator by the stove. It was so greasy, you could go like this and peel it off. But they called me off of that magnet. They had gotten it from me at an open house like 3 years earlier. So when I'm at open house, if I give out my magnetic business card, I go, "Hey, just throw this in the junk drawer." And if somebody says they don't have a junk drawer, I say, "That's weird. Like, everybody has a junk drawer. You should go make one. Like, you need to get that society demands junk drawers." Like,
That's actually a script too, because they say because you have to tell them what to do with your card. They'll put it somewhere they don't remember.
So I always say the junk drawer, and only time I've ever had anybody say they don't have a junk drawer is when I did a class. And I'm like, "You guys need to go home right now and make one. That is just not acceptable."
Well, here you go.
Okay.
Started with this.
So, but I had a listing where the guy said, "Remember, we saw you a few years, it was 3 years ago, at an open house, and we threw your card in the junk drawer, that magnet one, and I couldn't find it. I remembered your name was Rhonda, so I looked you up and looked you up. So even though I didn't find my card, I stuck in his head because of this. So this is something of value. It's still something of value.
When do you deliver them or send them out?
Okay, so I send out my business cards every single holiday. Every time there's a
On the
holiday.
holiday?
Yeah, I do 4th of July, I do Thanksgiving.
Do you do it
So,
like 3 days, 4 days, 6 days?
I'm doing it I did about a week and a half before it goes in the mail, just to make sure it gets there. Christmas cards I do for sure 2 weeks before, just to make sure they get out.
And how about prep time? Do you have someone do them for you?
Okay, so I now hired a girl, I call her my HR girl, and she does all of my marketing. So just now, I don't have a sample of it, but we just sent out little baby pumpkins in white boxes with little ribbons on them that says, you know, I don't even know what the saying says. She made up a little saying. She's just a regular person. She does nothing to do with real estate. She's a mom. I hired her, and I said, what would be cute to you to get? And she goes, oh, you know, let me look. And she goes, you know, pumpkins are so representative, and a nice little note. And I go, okay, do that. You know, I just want a regular person. I don't want a sales thing. I want something that just relates to people that they think that's a thought that counts. So I'm kind of a mom in real estate, and I act motherly, and I'm into family orientation things, so people know that about me, my clients. So I want to keep that perspective. It doesn't have to be about how the big glam for me. It's just about loving them, taking them. I also, last year we mailed these instead of business cards with the scratchers. I got this magnetic dishwasher card, and everybody loved them. I mailed one though to my sister, and she said, why are you mailing me if you're like I'm one of your clients? And I said, because you don't need that. And she goes, well, yeah, I like that, but I'm just wondering, you know, you don't have to mail me stuff. You don't have to waste money. I go, it was a scratcher and a magnet.
Yeah.
I go, I'm not buying you a Christmas present.
So whatever you want.
Yeah, so even my sister gets the mailers, everybody gets everything.
What's a dishwasher card?
You put it on, it's clean and dirty.
Yeah.
You load the dishwasher, it's dirty,
I know.
and it's clean.
Alright, we got. Anything else on that?
The other thing is, your business cards, you guys, a hole punch with a business card can go on anything. A hole punch with a business card, you can tie it onto anything that you can think of. You can go to the dollar store, hole punch it and tie it. That's it. That's all you need.
Thank you,
All right,
Rhonda.
thank you. All right, our next presenter is Marvin McKinnon, who does something simple, but it works.
We've been doing it for years too, right?
For years, years.
30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
What do you do?
I just mail Christmas cards. But they're filled out by the computer off my database. Nice envelope, real stamp. I got a different card every year. This is last year. These are some of the ones that came back. You have to make sure that they're politically correct.
Ah,
Say Merry Christmas if
correct.
you've got Jewish clients.
Right,
Of
right.
course.
So, but Happy Holidays works for Hanukkah just as well as it works for
Right.
Christmas. So they always get a handwritten card asking about their house or saying something to them. And it takes me about 3 weeks to do that.
Yeah, he disappears literally for 3 weeks behind a stack of envelopes.
I did 888 of them last year.
Wow.
And I can directly attribute 2 of my listings this year to.
Okay.
Neat.
People say, hey, you've got your Christmas card again.
Uh-huh.
And it always has a card in it or a magnet.
Right on.
Well, that's good.
And on the back it's got a little note that says, and your referral.
Your shameless
Any-
plug.
any-
I love that. I love that.
Any tips that you would give us if we were gonna be doing those cards that you found out over the years on how to make it easier or get the best responses?
The best thing about, well, the easiest thing about it is to get your computer to print the card, to print the
Gotcha.
envelope. Don't use
Labels.
labels.
Ah,
Labels look cheap and usually ends up in the trash.
ah,
Everybody opens these.
gotcha.
And I always put the return address on there, but just my name, not Realtor, not Keller Williams.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and I use my P.O. box.
Neat.
And out of I mailed 888 last year. And out of that, probably 40 of them came back,
Oh.
which also keeps your database up to.
Yeah, oh, so now you know 40 of them had different addresses.
Exactly,
right?
so then you research them, find out where they moved to, and if they sold with Ferris instead of you.
Cool.
You hunt them down.
But order a really nice card, do it handwritten, and they will pay attention.
Now, do you recommend buying, obviously everything in bulk, right?
Yeah, I buy them in bulk.
You're,
But they have my personalization inside of it and on the back.
I was gonna say, your name is not handwritten though, your name is imprinted on it, right?
on the envelope?
Like the label?
On the card.
Yeah, what card is handwritten?
I handwrite everything.
At the bottom of it.
That's my signature.
Yeah, that's just.
And do you,
When I'm writing this, I sign that.
so you actually put a note inside too?
A lot of them, this one is somebody I hadn't heard from in a long time, and that's probably why it came back.
Gotcha.
So we didn't get a real serious note, but if it's somebody I sold a house to last year, of course, I'm gonna say, hey, how's the place?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna ask about the kids.
Yeah.
So,
Marvin, do you send them to the clients that have moved out of the area as well?
yes. Anybody that I'm still in touch with, for instance, I've been sending one to a client in Idaho for 13 years. And last year they called me up and said, hey, by the way, my brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So as long as they're still alive,
Even if they're not.
Tell the
that comes back a lot too, because I've been doing
What do they
this for
say?
33 years. So
You stay in contact with them until they buy, sell, or die?
I say that.
That's a good pitch, see?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Marvin, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so the next presenter is me.
All right.
So last year I went out to the Dollar Tree and I got a bunch of bags and I put candy in them. And then I don't know if you can see, so I hand wrote trick or treat on them. I suggest having a teenager help you. That's like tedious, trying to make it all cutesy. But then I printed out labels that said, no tricks, just treats here for all your real estate needs. Passed them out to, I mean, you have to kind of zone it out too. Like I did a map, everybody that I've ever sold a property to, so I had my Lake LA day. I had my Little Rock day. I had my West Lancaster, East Lancaster, and Palmdale and everything, just to make it efficient. And then yeah, just that, it was just really simple. People were happy that they got them, and just a little bit of candy. I mean, everybody's overloaded with candy, but it was just a little touch. And then I also did what Ileana's gonna be showing, so I'm not gonna talk about that, but yeah, I can talk about it. Okay, same thing, I did, let's see. Yes, I did wrapping paper. Let's see.
Here, use our prop.
Just use mine. There you go.
Okay, so it was this, but I kind of made it my own. Around Christmas time last year, I basically did everything exactly the same as this, just did tape and the wrapping paper, and said thank you for helping me wrap up an awesome year.
Super cute.
Yeah,
Super
really
cute.
good.
Cute.
Really good. It didn't cost a lot.
Yeah, love it.
It wasn't as hard to do as the trick or treat bags, because I didn't have to
Well,
write
and
it.
it's
Just
like practical.
wrapped
Like
it up.
everybody needs
It's practical. Everybody
Yeah.
needs it. Everybody needs extra wrapping
Any
paper.
tips on any of that?
Tips on any of this?
So cute.
Just give yourself enough time. I scrambled.
Enough time.
Give yourself enough time to do it. Yeah. Which is the one that I did.
And your results were wonderful.
My results have been all year. So yeah, my results have been all year. Just kind
And then, well, you could
of put
also
this
do,
together.
what we did with that, so after Christmas, we bought wrapping paper.
Yeah, when they go on sale.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
Brilliant.
Stop
Every
right on.
holiday you start.
So we always buy after and get.
Right after, yeah.
Right after the holiday.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Cause what does that cost you?
Cause you can get them like 20 cents.
Yeah.
No,
you
20
can buy
cents.
you can buy the
Oh,
tape.
cents.
The
Cents.
3 packs.
Yeah.
You can buy the tape, the 3 packs. I think I just honestly did Dollar Tree tape, but you probably could get, better quality. It was all scratch. Look at me. My Dollar Tree loves me. I give them lots of money. Okay, so the next one who's gonna present is Kathy Bayer. Yay!
Yay.
So I have a couple things I've done in the past. One is, I have a limited budget, so, this only costs maybe $1.50, depending on what the apples cost, but I got this apple slicer core, from Dollar Tree for $1. Stuck an apple on top, and this little note that says, no matter how you slice it, you and your referrals are the core of my business, with my information on there. And super quick and easy to put together. I got this at the dollar store too, the cellophane. And like Narita, I mapped everything out and where my clients were and picked days that work for me. Usually later in the afternoon I think is better, because then people are more likely to be home after work or on a weekend to deliver. And then I just I'll take this East Palmdale area and I'll deliver that day, and I'll take this area and deliver that day, and I just did it when it worked for me. I think
These are
once,
past clients, or these are?
past clients or Mets, like future clients that were, people that have helped you out in business, or, are good people that connect you with other people that, will give you a referral, but all people that you know. I think I would not personally, I don't think I called them before I went. I just popped by because you don't want them to anticipate you coming and having to clean their home and, oh, well, is she gonna come in and have tea? You just wanna kind of leave the door, leave the car running and just go up to the door and say, hey, I was in the neighborhood and I thought I'd drop this by. And a little more elaborate than that, but something to that effect.
Around that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So, there's that, and then last year, instead of doing Christmas cards, I did Thanksgiving cards. So I figure, how many people get Christmas cards? Get Thanksgiving cards, you know? It's something different, it's gonna stand out in the mail, it's not gonna get lost in a pile of cards. And I ordered these from Note Card Cafe, and they start at 26 cents a piece. I had a custom saying put in the inside, I don't remember how much that cost, but it's maybe 5 cents more or something. It says, thinking of all I have to be thankful for, and you are one of them. And then at the bottom I said, I'm never too busy to help you, your friends, family, and coworkers with any real estate needs. So just thinking outside.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, so our next presenter is Sylvia Shellman.
So one of the things that you think about doing, and I've got a lot of kids, so I employ them at Christmas time, and you can do these, the acorn or the pine cones. You can get them. I have a friend that lives in Tehachapi, so I can go up there and just throw them all in the back of my truck, and then you can put them in those little mesh bags or anything, and then you come up with a saying. I don't have any cute sayings.
But we're going to, as a end of class, we're gonna send you all.
Yeah, so we can do that, and then also if you're doing a pop-by, you can do these scented sachets. They're really good, they're easy, and you can just put a little ribbon on them with some super glue, and then Rhonda's idea of doing the stickers, you slap a sticker on the back of it, and they're always gonna keep this. So, and then also we're doing, did you wanna have?
I wanna get a picture of that.
Okay.
It's scented, boy, that was pumpkin spice, that would be irresistible.
Okay, and then, you can put something in there, just, thinking about you, this is something to make your house smell good and that sort of thing. And then, mistletoe is actually a fungus, and you didn't know. It will kill a tree.
Way to ruin it.
And everybody wants to
Maybe
kiss under it. So I just cut these are branches off of our bush outside, but it looks kind of like mistletoe, right? So you can get it at Pear Blossom, Lake Isabella and Lake Hughes. They have a lot of it. And you can cut them down and just tack them up, and then you can put them in a bag with your sticker on it if you want to. And just hand these out, and we're thinking about maybe getting some of these made up and employing some kids at Christmas time, and then have them here available for people just to grab them. And then you can just pass them out and give them to your clients if you're doing a pop-by. The other thing that I do that's a little bit more expensive and extensive is if I have a really great client, let's say he's bought several properties from me, and you're always thinking of safety, so I give these out. Now you can get these on sale at Costco in a 2-pack, but you can also go online and get them for a lot cheaper if you order them that way. People will not get rid of these. You have to dispose of these in a specific way. And here you go. They're gonna have you in their face all the time. So if they're at a party or something, they're gonna go, oh, our realtor, oh, wait. I can just go look at the fire extinguisher that I got from her last year because it was during the holidays and everybody, you have to be safe. So this is after you sold it, probably that year's client that you sold. They love this. And again, you have to get rid of this in a specific way. You take it to the landfill and people have them, they're outdated all the time, they're still used, they're just not as effective. So these stickers are something that you really should invest in, because you can put them on anything. You can give out a calendar and have your sticker on it. You can, anything that, like when my clients pick up their keys at the front desk, I have this on the sticker, on the envelope. So they multiple times. Also, if you're showing property to buyers and they buy the property, put this on their water heater. on the bottom.
Or even if you sell the house.
Or even if you sell the house. I've been known to do that. So just anywhere, or even on the garbage disposal underneath the sink. These stickers, you need to think outside the box, because the card, they just toss them. How many cards do you get and you toss them? But this, if they forget your name, oh, wait, I've got her number right here, and they can go and look for it. So these are some ideas for the holidays for you to stay in contact with your clients and be top of mind. And there again, you're not asking for something, you're coming from a giving place. Hey, we want to keep you safe. I know you didn't have one of these when you bought the house, here you go. So that's it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you. So our next presenter is JD Mora.
So, we do a few things during the holidays. Around this time of year, for our Harvest Fest, Thomas just did one. We do one very similar to it, but a lot smaller, obviously. We get pumpkins, we do pumpkin carving contests. And we do it at Marie Kerr Park. We did it last year. The reason we did it there was because we wanted also to attract outside people. So once everything got started, we had some pumpkins left over, and I was able to meet some new people just by letting their kids carve some pumpkins. They had parents there, obviously. We didn't. So what we did is we personally invited all of our clients, past clients, anyone that referred, our sphere of influence, vendors. We invited them to the event. We also asked vendors for help, whether it was contributing with pumpkins, treats, the carving kits, any kind of help we would ask our vendors for. And we leveraged that. So whenever we were talking to anyone, we would tell them about the pumpkin carving contest or the Harvest Fall Festival that we had. And social media gives you a reason to post other than about real estate. So, this thing on social media, there's two parts. There's the business aspect of it, of keeping your clients educated, on top of mind with real estate, but you also got to keep that personal touch. So by leveraging that on our social media website, it was separate from, hey, just listed, hey, just sold, these people just bought. It was, hey, come check out our Harvest Festival, and then we were able to put pictures of it after the event as well. So it gives you information or stuff to use on your social media websites. For pop buys, we didn't do anything for Thanksgiving, but we did do these for Christmas. I think we gave them to Ileana and Doris. We gave them to a lot of the realtors in the office too. We did over 100 of them. I think we spent around $400, and it would have been a lot less if we would have been prepared. So we did these ourselves. I wouldn't recommend you do it. If you can find them already made, definitely do it. If you can't afford it, plan to spend 4 to 5 hours doing this. And this was with 4 people. So what it is pretty much a cookie recipe ready to go. All you got to do is add like milk and eggs, I think. 1 large egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and half a cup of unsalted butter. So you just dump this in there with those ingredients. Yes. What was that?
All the cookie makers are like.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
There has to be more liquid than that.
Not necessarily.
In a large bowl, here, I'll read it all to you. In a large bowl, whisk half cup of melted and cooled unsalted butter,
Melted.
1 large egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Add the contents of the jar and gently stir with a wooden spoon or rubber spatula until, boom.
Yeah, because when you're doing chocolate chip cookies, you don't put milk.
Yeah. So, and we dropped these off.
The sugar.
We got a ton of responses from them. Even to this day, I still get responses. I actually had a buddy just reach out and asked if we were gonna be doing this year because
He's all because I make cookies for my girlfriend.
honestly, it was the families, so it gave them something to do. So a lot of the responses that I got back, and I got pictures of the cookies, was from the kids. They used, on a free night when the kids were bored, there was nothing to do. They made them cookies. The cookies are good too. I made them myself. Just to try it out, you got to see what you're delivering. But they are hard to make, and when you're making these, you definitely want to plan out where you're going to be delivering them from, because we did it at someone's house, and I had to move them from someone's house to the office, and I mean, they're heavy. I mean,
400 of them,
yeah, well, we did 100, like 110, I think.
Still a lot of weight.
Still a lot of weight, and we did the same thing when it came to planning out our routes. We would do certain parts of the city. We'd pull up all the information and map it out. On top of that, we did the whole car thing where, like, when you pull up, park the opposite way you're supposed to with your door open and turn your radio
Go
up.
in and
That
out
way
of the house,
so they know your car's running and that you gotta go, you know, it's just in the neighborhood. Otherwise, I mean, when I first started doing pop-bys, I didn't do that, and, you know, someone's like, come on in, let's talk, and you're there for another 20 minutes. It's hard to do it, it's not that they don't wanna talk to you. I just got 20 more that I gotta deliver before the end of the day. And I would do them right around 6 o'clock, usually the last thing I would do. I don't like to put things off to the end of the day, but that's when everyone was home, when we had the best success in getting people to answer their doors. Other than that, tip is use whatever works. I mean, there's a ton of different things that we can use throughout the holidays. If you don't have the funds to do something like that, or you know, the fire extinguisher, anything like that, pine cones, you find it, you know, remember at the end of the day, it's just popping in front of them for the holidays, and not necessarily remind them of what you do, because they already know what you do. So it's just staying on top of mind in a different way.
What does your card say?
That's awesome.
I don't know, it's like they're the, here.
Can we borrow that one?
It says, the Mora, thank you, the Mora Group, thank you very much, and it's got the instructions in the back. You made Christmas awesome. That's pretty much it. And then we stapled we got one whole punch and we put our cards in there. So yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Katie. And our next presenter is Ileana, who's going to come up and talk a little bit.
Doris is your man of white.
So Doris is the genius behind all these, because she's so creative. So she gives us all the ideas. But we do go on Pinterest a lot, and there's a lot of like printouts that you can print out when you don't know what to say. Like just go on Pinterest and we pull out a lot of good ideas. So we do the wrapping paper. The thing with the wrapping paper is pass it out. I didn't pass them out last year, or half of them out last year, so that's why I have this one ready. So again, what JD was saying is just like, you know, do something, you know. We also did the Christmas card last year, and we mailed them out, and we got a lot of good response from that. To piggyback on the scratchers, throughout the year, we send scratchers out with a penny for people's birthdays, and they love that. So, and I get tagged on Facebook all the time, like, oh, thank you for my scratcher, or I won $2, and things like that. Or even I get a text sometimes like, oh, I didn't win anything, but thank you, you know? Like, people really like the scratchers. And then we do send them out with a penny. And,
Why the penny?
So they can
scratch.
scratch.
Oh, that's new.
I never buy those things.
So for social media, we do contests as well. So we started a social media contest with for Halloween. So you can always go on my Instagram or Facebook and check it out. But it's you have to find a cat, and so if you guess how many cats were on each post from a certain time frame, then you win the prize. So we get to we try to get people to interact, you know, on social media like that. So that's been cool. We've got a few shares on that. And then we're also going to do this one for our farm. That's
We've been glued. So it's like you give them posts, so what you do is you go and you put them in the doors, and it gives them instructions on what to do. You give them candy, so they pass that on. So they're supposed to put it on the window that they've been booed, and then they pass it on to other neighbors.
Super cute on that. I got food one time, and they bought like the little bags of the spider webs, you know, the white stuff, so cheap, and you just put it all over where they put the sticker, and left a bag for them to do the same to someone else. Because then it's like sneaky, and you're all like nervous, and you're running
and
up
all
to
these
do
things you find in Pinterest. So you go on Pinterest, you have so many ideas that you don't even know what
Do
to
you put it on the front of the door so when they open and go out, they see
This
it?
one we're going to do for our farm.
For our farm.
So we're going to do bags.
Okay.
We're going to do little bags and some candy.
Okay.
And we're going to, the whole point, because we're not going to boo somebody, I think we're just, well, technically we're booing the whole farm, right?
But then
so
they
we're going to put it on their door,
Yeah.
and then it gives them instructions on how to pass it on.
Gotcha,
Just to
somebody else, okay.
Yeah.
So that
the
it
point is
keeps going
to
from
pass
one
on
neighborhood
our
to the other.
information.
And then you put we're gonna put the information, our information on the back
Right.
to contact us.
And obviously the flyer's gonna be bigger, or that's going inside of the
It's,
bag?
it's gonna be like, because you have to give them one for their window, which is this one.
Oh,
And
okay.
you give them an extra one for the person they're booing.
Exactly.
They be booed. So
Super
that's
cute.
pretty cool. The instructions.
It's going to be in color, and that one's a new one we're trying.
Yes.
But we've done all kinds of different things. We've done the pies. We've done for our cheerleaders. I think a couple Christmases ago, we bought, wreaths, like from Costco.
Yeah.
And those were a little pricey, but it was worth it for our cheerleaders,
Yeah.
because those are the ones that always refer me business. What else have we done?
The flags for the veterans.
Oh, so for veterans, so whichever veteran I help this year, I'm gonna deliver them an American flag.
Oh.
So they'll get their gift, you know. I try to give it to them at the closing, but I forget sometimes, so I'm gonna do it around this time.
Yes.
And, what else? I mean, go on Pinterest is our tip, and, get ideas from there. For prepping time, give yourself enough time. We are very frugal, so we spend as little money as possible. And again, just by, doing it ourselves and just spending a few hours and putting it together.
And buy
between
everything
all
the
of us.
day after the holiday, even Easter.
Yeah.
You do Easter, go the days after the Easter,
Right.
go after Thanksgiving, go after every holiday, and just stock up for the
So-
next day.
Yeah, so prep for next year, this year,
Yes.
which
Yeah,
goes
we're going
in
shopping.
line with your goals.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you should be knowing what you're gonna do next year,
Ahead of time.
for the holidays,
Yeah.
yeah. So, that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and before we get Krista Kelly up here, I just wanted to show you guys there is a website with some great ideas. If everybody can kind of go to this website or write it down, her name's Megan, her name is Peggy. So they've got all these different ideas, so let's just look at the October Pop ideas. What she has is, she also has like the information, you can get some of the ideas on Amazon. Leaf bags, I mean, there are so many things, so go to this website if you ever don't know.
What's it called?
Can you go back down so we can
Okay, where do you want me to go?
back up so we can get her?
Scroll back up.
Right there.
Okay, so, yeah, it's just popeyeideas.com. That's a really simple website.
Or Peggy Uriff.com.
Yes, yes. But yeah, she's got some really fun ones on here, just a leaf bag. Don't leave your friends and family scattered when it comes to real estate, refer them to me for a smooth deal. And a smooth deal is in the bag, it's kind of long, but yeah, there's a lot of really cool things on here, so I want to make sure. The top one more time?
All the way to the top.
All the way to the top, everybody wants this, okay.
Wait,
We're
it's not all the
having
way to
that
the top
tag.
yet.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Okay, all the way, you mean all the way to the top? Or just halfway, okay. So, yeah. All right, perfect, and now we're gonna have Krista Kelly, the queen of all. When we've used her, she's always saying this, and it always feels so good, so Krista Kelly, yay!
I've been brought so many things, but I picked two of my favorites. There's a few faces in here, I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but all that to say, I started a year ago doing this, and before that I was a stay-at-home mom for 14 years, so kind of familiar with real estate world. I sold houses for a few years before I decided to stay home, but really came in cold to sales and the affiliate industry, and it was a new startup, well, kind of a newer NHG company, so I didn't have the big name behind me or really even the big funds to come in and do all kinds of stuff. So when I started, we had 10 to 12 orders a month. And in a year working part-time, I'm taking an average of about 140 to 150, which is really like a third of the market share every single month. And 65% of that easy. I was trying to figure out like maybe even 70% of those orders are due to my drop-offs or my, what are we calling them? Whatever we're calling them. So in my world, you guys are my target audience, and it's really important that whatever I'm dropping off, whatever I'm bringing to you is gonna make an impact, that you're gonna remember who I am, not just my company name. It's more important actually that you remember my name, because when you go to put your order in with Esper, they all know me. So, I need you to remember me in those few minutes that I have with you to drop something off. When I first started, like I told you, my budget was super, super little. And I kind of had to bring to the table what I was good at, and I'm really good at baking cookies. So I thought, well, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I put those 14 years of being a stay-at-home mom to good use, right? So I started just baking cookies, putting 2 in a bag, and what I realized really quick is that you guys don't get a lot of baked goods.
We're like hungry.
It was huge, yeah. And almost every person that I would bring it to would say, "Did you make them yourself?" Like it was this foreign, thing. And so I was like, "Oh, okay." And so that one of the things I would encourage you to think about is something that you become known for, even with your clients, like how Rima does the pies, but like, I think it's good to do the same things. Like, I think it's really cool that, like, to do those, I know it was a lot of time, but like, but the fact that people like send you pictures of doing it, like, if they'll begin to look forward, it's just one more thing for them to remember you.
Right.
You know, and that's really the whole point, is when they go to talk about real estate or they go to think about selling a house, you have made such an impression by doing these drop-offs that they're gonna remember who you are and repeat your name to people ultimately. The other thing I did that has been a huge hit are my blessing bags. I think most of you in here have gotten one. These are huge. These cost me like $1.25 to make. And the impact that these have had, the business that it has got me, and for me it was like, I put these in my car all the time. They're in them are a pair of socks. In fact, I'll just open it. I brought one for you guys today. I usually put a really cute saying on it. I'm gonna do them again in Thanksgiving. You know, like just how much we all have to be thankful for. Let's remember those that, you know, are struggling this year. I always put water, always socks. It's the one thing that they can't, homeless people cannot get at the Goodwill. And so it's like the most needed item. I usually do long ones,
Especially now that the
Yes,
starts
yes.
getting cold.
I go to Central Christian Church and we do free hot meals on Thursday. If you decide to do these and you want these cards, I can get it for you. So it's just a place they can go to get a meal. Always do candy, like something fun. Oh, and then I always try to pick something, like I do hand sanitizer. I will in November because it's flu season or whatever. I mean, sometimes I'll do feminine products because that's another thing. But it really doesn't matter. Like a protein, water, socks, it could be as easy as that. You can make them for $1. And then I do some cute little thing, and I'll tell you what, this has been super powerful. Because I think all of a sudden I have agents like sending me a video of giving it out, or their kids giving it out. Like it, and you know what I'm saying? So it's not just that you're giving them a gift, but you're like, I have a heart for this ministry. I've done this way before I got into real estate, and so I just brought a little bit of myself to my job, and it kind of just.
And I think that's kind of what makes it awesome this time of year, is because you can steer away from the sales element of it and do something you actually enjoy that's gonna impact.
Well, and that's what I would encourage. It's all about building relationships, really. I mean, your job, my job. We're all trying to like make an impact ultimately so they'll use you, but the more sincerity and authenticity that's there, the more they're going to remember you. Right. And so when you take the time to put this together, like for me, of all the gifts everyone's talked about, this would mean the most to me as a home buyer. You know, because I would just think, wow, like that's really cool. Like you did that yourself, and I don't know, you created a memory for my family. Like to me, those are the things that really stand out. I do love the wrapping paper though. Or I want it to be practical. The other thing I would encourage you like to think about as a home buyer, and I also implement this in what I'm doing. Whatever those things are that you're going to do consistently, the drop-bys, whatever, great. The things that are really cool is like for example, Maggie Ward is one of my clients, and she's always like, Krista, I don't eat sugar. And I'm like, damn it. But social media is so great to stop people and figure out what they like, and she loves to read books, and she's a huge producer for me. She gives me a ton of orders, so I don't mind every couple months I take her a new book that I've read and I know is good, and then we're texting about the book, and I'm not just doing that for her business. She has become a friend, and I do really love people, so it's easy for me to like connect and invest, and they begin to all matter to me, and I'm dropping off like 80 books or whatever. But I do think for those clients that like give you referrals and come back to you and support you, like you were saying, what did you say you got? Your cheerleaders. I love that. Like to figure out like what's their favorite bottle of wine. Drop it off just randomly or on their birthday or something like, I don't know. I just think that really shows, oh, I'm not just someone you want an order from, or I'm not just someone you want, you know, like I care about you.
There's a saying, they say no one likes to be sold to, but people like to buy things with friends.
Yes.
So the bigger the relationship, the more of a friendship you have with them, which this gives you that outside reason.
Right. Another idea that I had that I've been using, and I share this cautiously because it's like, well, obviously, okay. So my best friend passed away this year from cancer, and for her funeral I had these hankies made for all of us, all her best friends, and her word was brave. She's very fearful, and it was a really hard road of going through that, and so we all had these hankies with a Bible verse that was her favorite on there, and it was so powerful. Like it meant so much to all of us. I keep mine by my bed. My daughters have theirs. Some are special, and so I actually ordered like 10 of them, and The ones I just ordered just says ugly crying, for ugly crying. And I had, a few clients like lose a mom, and I'll just drop that off, or like Jennifer Glom's mom's fighting cancer right now, and just the fact that she would share that with me is, you know, and I know she's talked about it, but the point, I'm an NHD rep, you know, it's a very vulnerable thing, and it matters to me, and so it's such a sweet, inexpensive gesture that I know matters because I got one, and it mattered to me. So things like that, you know, you're on social media, you see these people that you've done business with going through hard times, and I think sometimes we avoid that. I don't really think we should. And so that's something to think about too, to step into the hard places. Like, you know, like that's more than just a real estate agent. You know, you want to be more than just a real estate. I want to be more than just an NHD rep. You know, I want there to be impact in what I'm doing. So that's another really good idea that I've loved and used, and it's meant a lot. I also have these cards I did not bring. I wasn't thinking about it till you're up here, that you can send out, and it's like, what's your favorite candy? I know some of you have gotten it.
Oh, I've got one of them. Favorite flower, favorite food, favorite candy.
So that would really work with what I'm talking about going a little extra, especially for those clients that really produce for you and come in. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like they want to know what my favorite flower is. I don't know, it's kind of cute. Like you feel important.
I remember when you did it with me too. It also gave you a reason to follow up with it.
Oh, for sure, yes.
Hey, make sure you get it done, or did you get it done?
Yeah, I'll drop by and pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, my road's a little different than your guys's, but I think ultimately we're trying to grow our business and we want to be remembered, right, and impactful.
It's still just that human connection.
And honestly,
Really is.
today, people just want to be seen.
Yeah.
You know, they want to know that you care about them, and they're not just a number. They're not just how much you're producing. And that's really the hardest part, because we're all so busy. But I think really the more intentional you are, I mean, I work 15 hours a week, and I'm producing more than the NHD reps that are working full time. And I really believe it's because I'm really intentional with what I'm doing and what I'm handing out. I try to remember, I have a whole notebook with people's names and like things I find out about them. It's a little scary on Facebook. That I'm all, but it matters, right? I mean, yeah, those of you that use me, I hope you feel like you matter to me. It's not just an order. And so I think that same thing applies when you're selling houses.
I love your keto cupcake, by the way.
Yeah, like I'll find out people are on keto and I'll drop, you know, whatever. There's lots of things. But
Sophia is on keto, she's queen.
oh, girlfriend, I got you. I got you. I'll be back soon. I'll be by soon. So I brought one for each of you, and I didn't bring my little sayings, but I always do a fun saying when I hand them out, and I also talk about how many we handed out. Like this year, we will have handed out like 1,500 of these. Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah, it is powerful.
You know, so it's really cool. So you guys can grab that, and I brought you cookies. And thanks for letting me share.
All right, well, thank you all for coming, and I think this was a big success. We should have more people, but
They're lost.
yeah, they're lost. They're lost. We're gonna be the ones.
Exactly.
Is there anybody else that does something that they want to share that's been impactful for them? You know,
They're really good. And butterscotch.
Yeah, the champagne. So we're
That's
just,
like my
me and I were
favorite.
partners, we went to Frank Donato's, his family owns the winery over there in Lancaster. And we got some custom made labels and put them on champagne.
That's pretty cool.
You get to order a bunch in advance.
Nice. Any other ideas that anybody's had?
I bought some Halloween bags, like the ones that you take to the grocery store, the reusable ones.
Oh, yeah.
I bought them after Halloween,
Last year, okay.
like really cheap, and then I had somebody put my name on it, and phone number, DRE number, and candy, and a note, like the safety tips for Halloween, carry a flashlight, like that.
That's cool.
Great idea.
They love it when I take it
Yeah,
out of tips.
exactly. Anything that we can do, and so this year, as the holidays are coming up, be thinking about what Eliana said. Buy the wrapping paper after Christmas. Buy the stuff for Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving, so then you can use those next year. It's never too late to start, and next year could be your year, you know.
I think consistency is very important, because it's not just the one time, like you have to keep in touch with your clients throughout the year. Check them out.
Yeah.
These are really good ideas, but if you just do it once a year, it's not not as high of a chance for you to
Yeah,
get
it's not as
repeating
impactful.
business from them, yeah.
But you could also, like, if Pinterest has stuff that you can like pop by, or like if they're sick, kind of sick in the area, then you give them those jars and all the stuff that make them feel better.
Right.
Very lovely, yeah.
That's the one time to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully, I learned something today. And it was-
I love that Hanky and the Oscar.
I'm learning, we believe the best.
I know, nothing else you said I remember, but I like the cookies.
Good job, Sylvia.
These are a great idea.
Laura, your grandson's you got him dedicated yesterday for having the Oscar. That's adorable.
Stuff that we can use. I hope so. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you have a lot of people there.
I'm gonna go run around and hand out my cookies.
Did you get oh, you don't know.
Because they know our business.
This is behind, never gonna touch the ground. So,
Thank you very much.
all right, this is coming. This was good, good.
Income earners. Shit is good. I think so, yeah, because she looks up. I think, I just keep going.
$12.
I feel like I just immediately figured it out. Like it's not gonna happen.
So,
Right?
you get, expensive.
Yeah.
But you can go online and get them for a lot cheaper. But this is for like people that have used me a lot or give me a lot of referrals. I just pop by with that around the holidays.
Closing it.
It's a good closing gift, it really is, but I always try to make it for the next time. If I give them a closing gift, like usually I rekey their house. And my guy does it for $50, all the keys. So I give that as a closing gift. And then I'll pop by a couple months later around the holidays and say, hey, I knew you didn't have one of these, I want to keep you safe. It's just another reminder that you care about them.
During, fire season.
Anytime, you can do it anytime after, a couple months after you've sold the house.
Yeah.
Just pop in and say, hey, I want to keep you safe, I know you didn't have one of these, and, so, and that just gives you right in front of him, and you're not asking for anything, you just say, I want to
Where do
give
you
you
get your stickers at?
I had them done these were at Ventura Graphics, but you can go any place and get a sticker, then you put it on anything.
Yeah.
Stickers are cool, yeah.
So convenient.
They are, and I put them, like I said, if they're coming to pick up keys at the front or anything, I'll have my sticker on there, and it's like, oh yeah, this is from Sylvia. So, I need to get one of those, I didn't get one of the bags.
The blessing bag?
Yeah. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna grab a blessing bag.
Yeah.
I think those
That was a good
cookies
call
just
on
need
having
to-
her do this because she is the queen.
She really is.
It works.
Mhm.
It has worked.
Well, I loved hearing about her, how she grew her business in a year, right? I mean, that's ridiculous. Right. Well, and it's like even, it's just hearing,
It's her love language.
yeah, it is. But to hear, firsthand experience and, that kind of thing, and, yeah.
Just having her talk this time, I'm not gonna use anybody else for NHG.
I
I use her all the time, but I'm never gonna use anybody
Yeah,
else.
right.
Even if they say, just give me an order, I'm gonna go, yeah, no, not happening.
She's still doing it?
Nobody ever saw her.
Right, exactly. She took over the business. She took over and
Went like that.
that's nice.
No, not at all. But
She's not. I know they kept wanting me to, Rob kept wanting me to use her too. I'm like, dude, she's.
I barely like you, and she won't even say whatever your business partner is. No. should I?